Well, my goodness, it all began way back in the late 1980s. I first met Susie singing in a band, which is one of those cliches that people sort of imagine that might have happened. In fact, it did happen. That's how we met, singing in a wedding band of all things. And got to know each other and started singing together professionally as a duo. And we called ourselves Two Up. And we, performed at piano bars and cafes and anywhere that would have us. And from there, we got involved in a project. I knew someone that was part of the Variety Club in Melbourne, and we did big Christmas concert at the exhibition buildings for a couple of years as part of the Variety Club, just singing rock and roll and, all that sort of thing to get the kids up and dancing. It was a lot of fun. And from then, we got involved in a project where they took a busload of kids with terminal illnesses up to the Gold Coast to spend a day at Dreamworld. And they called that project Dream Flight. And so we were there helping to chaperone the kids. It was a wonderful, just 2 days, one night, 2 days. And from that we got inspired to write our very first song together, which was called Dream Flight.
Watch how they can dream flight. Take those children high into the sky. High into the sky. Dream flight.
About that time, we got together personally as well. We decided to start living together with our step family. We had 3 children between us, and I had a perfectly good day job, and Susie was teaching music. Had a friend, she had a school of music called the Counterpoint School of Music, and she was working with parents and children, and I think some of the parents asked her would she record some of the little songs that she was singing. Some of them were traditional and some of them she just sort of made up, and they said, could you please record some of these songs so that we can play them at home? And so then Susie came up with the idea of professionally writing and recording a tape. A tape, for those of you that don't know, if you're too young to remember, was what happened between records and CDs. A tape cassette. And so around about 1991, 92, she started writing and recording, and I was sort of involved on the outside. And for example, Susie asked me, what could we call our first tape? What would we call the album? And I came up with a title, Rainbows, Trees and Tambourines. And then she said, well, we need a song to go with it. And I always saw myself as a bit of a pop song writer, so I wrote what I call a pop song about rainbows, trees and tambourines, which surprisingly enough has lasted the test of time rather well, and people still use that song in an educational setting, which I never thought could happen, but there you go. And I just got more and more involved as a songwriter only. Susie was doing all the workshops and things, and then we started doing music shows together. And then Bop in the Bath happened, and before you know it, we had 2 tapes and 2 teachers' books, and we even had children activity books. And that was our very first 2 products way back in 1992.